Good morning, and I am at Accutech with Ray, and they have a bipod that really caught my eye. So, hi Ray.
Hi, how are you? We have the HydroPod bipod by Accutech, and it uses hydraulic fluid to move the piston in here up and down, so you can change your elevation without you getting off the gun. And why that's important to me is I shoot a lot of extreme long range, and the rifle is very, very long, and my arms cannot reach the bipods to adjust, and I'll shoot multiple targets at a time. So I often have to get up off my gun, break position, and adjust my bipod, sometimes doing it back and forth to see if it's correct. So with this, I don't have to do that, and I really, really like it. It adjusts like a normal bipod too, like that. And then also, if you want to go lower, you can splay it out.
Okay, those are just push pins. Now, when you say extreme long range, how far are we talking?
I usually shoot like the 2 miles and stuff like that. Yeah, my furthest shot was 4250.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and you were showing me a video of this because it's hard to show that the actual action of the round because it's such fine tune.
Yeah.
But where could people find that video? Because that was pretty wild where you just dial right in.
They can find it on my Instagram. It's 9_dolls. I do a lot of videos. I do a lot of competitions, so it'll be on there.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, that's really, really cool bipod. Thanks.
Thank you.
Very important for my loading, I want to have exactly the same weight, same surface for training.
Right. Okay. And what are those going to retail for?
Retailing will be the $11.
$11.
Yes.
So and
available in next month.
Available next month in the U.S.
We are looking for the U.S. retailers.
Yeah.
At least in our web shop. We ship to internationally.
Okay, you ship internationally?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah. No, you guys were showing me that. I thought that was really cool because before I would buy my own little single stage and make my own, and like you said, they wear out and.
Yeah, I was so frustrating about the buying, throwing away. It's like why there is no solution for that. Yeah. And this, I think, I like this one. I did it for myself because I need to have a solution for that problem.
Right.
And now it's on the product.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Kim.
Hey, anytime. Yeah, thanks for you.
Okay, I'm at D-Duplex with Dan, and he's got some interesting shotgun rounds he really wants to show us.
So we'll start out.
A little further back. Yeah.
So that operates on a hollow point. This is how it'll come out of your shotgun. These 6 pedals on the outside break off, expand out, and it'll send 6 concentric wound channels all through, whatever your target is. In addition to that, we also have our Caviar slug. So there's 300 metal balls in here, and that slug, upon contact, complete expansion, dumps all its energy. In addition, there's no ricochet. If it contacts drywall, it's also going to dump. So this is an excellent defense round. In addition, for this year, we also have the packaging for it. So it's hermetically sealed. You have 17 rounds in this can, and when chaos comes around, you pop the top and you have day 1 ammo, fresh ammo readily available.
Cool. So that expanding slug, that's the first one. That expanding slug. What's the pedals made out of?
This is all out of steel.
Okay.
And you can see it's over molded here, and this will slide through your barrel, and the only thing making contact is going to be...
Right, so yeah, it's got the rubber on the outside to guide it down the barrel, and then once it hits, it expands. So it's steel, so that's still an effective hunting round.
Exactly.
Yep.
Now, we have test marketed it. It's also on deer. We've had blood trails that only go about 10 or 15 feet, and the deer drops right there.
Right on. Much issue finding the pedals afterwards for when you're cleaning?
that could be a little bit of a challenge sometimes, but you don't have to find the deer.
No, that's for
The
sure.
petals are harder to find than the deer.
Yeah.
The deer will be right there.
Okay, and then I think you said it, but the frangible. What were the pellets in this?
They're lead.
They are lead. Okay.
That's a size 7 shot, and there's 300 in there that instantly upon contact, the compression of the heat causes the polymer to release all those pellets, and
Okay.
it dumps all of its energy within the first 2.5 inches.
Right. Have you tried something like this on like a grouse or something like that?
No, you
Yeah.
probably wouldn't want to do that. You wouldn't want to shoot any deer with it either.
No,
It's-
oh,
it's-
no,
That's
no
going to
deer.
be like venison burger.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking.
That's
other
more
uses.
of a self-defense round.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Well, very cool. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Kyle.
I'm at Cutting Edge Bullets, and I had never heard of them and talked to them, and they got some unique technology in their bullets, and so I figured you guys might not have heard of them either, so I got Samantha here.
Yeah, hi, thanks for having me. Yeah.
No problem. Do you mind showing us what you guys got? You got some samples down here.
Yeah, for sure. So everything that we make is solid copper, all lathe turned and machined. So we're primarily known for the extreme long range shooting aspects of our bullets. We've won most extreme long range bullet shooting matches over the past 6 years. King of 2 Mile champion bullet for the past 6 years as well. So all of our bullets have the patented seal type band on them. So it's a small band around the body of the bullet, slightly larger than caliber diameter, and that helps seal all the gases from escaping around the bullet as it exits the barrel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a more consistent velocity.
Exactly. Yes. So that's kind of the idea behind it.
Okay. And you were saying that they instead of mushrooming, it splits up.
Yeah. So after about 1 to 2 inches of penetration, you get those petals that break off and radiate outward in a star pattern while the base continues. So you get multiple wound channels and you get the deep penetration from the base.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, you said they're all copper. I see you got some match and tactical
Yes.
stuff. So hunting.
Yeah, like I said,
Competition.
we're mostly known for the extreme long range stuff, but what a lot of people don't know is that we have a ton of hunting bullets as well. We also have handgun solids and home defense ammunition, so we got a little bit of everything.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Yeah.
Morning, I'm here with Van at our friends here, Apex Optics, and you guys got some pretty cool new stuff coming out, so we figured we'll show them up. Why don't we start with the binoculars?
Absolutely, thanks, Kyle. We've got the new Summit ED2 double extra low dispersion glass binoculars. We just announced them here at SHOT Show. They're 15 by 56, so double 56 millimeter objective lenses with double layer extra low dispersion glass in the front. With an upgraded Abbott Koenig prism, locking diopter setting, with and without our TR2 reticle available for both. So whether you like the reticle or you don't like the reticle, it's up to you depending on the use that you want these for. But they're amazing spotting binoculars. I would put them up against the top end brands any time of day. Yeah, so we have also the ones with the reticle, of course, we have our rotating reticle feature, so you can level out for your face width, whatever it is that you're looking at. And then we have an independent, for the first time ever, our independent reticle focus adjustment. So some people, being left eye or right eye dominant, or more so than most other people, might have a problem looking at through reticle binoculars once your brain kind of puts the two pictures together. So we decided to solve that by allowing you to independently focus your reticle for whatever distance is that you're looking at. So that's pretty exciting for us. And then we're also expanding our original Summit ED lineup by adding the 8 power binoculars in the same exact form factor as our 10 powers. So 10 by 42 and 8 by 42 now available in 2024. And we're pretty excited about that because there's lots of hunters that don't like to use anything past 8 power, but we have them now in 8, 10, and 12 by 50. So
Nice.
That's pretty exciting for us.
So what are we talking for retail?
I think these are going to be retailing MSRP around $1,800 for the non-reticled Canadian, and I think they're going to be probably about $2,000 for the reticled version. We're still finalizing the pricing, but that's about where you're going to expect them. It's almost double the price of the Summits, but we've upgraded a lot of things and made a lot of improvements. So this is definitely going to be top tier glass, even more so than everything else that we offer.
Right, and that you're kind of intending that to kind of bridge the gap between your traditional binocular and a spotting scope.
100%, and we keep hearing from all of our competition shooters and all the PRS shooters especially, nobody wants to carry around a big, clunky, heavy spotting scope all day long. The field of view is limited. Oh, sorry, one second. Yeah. The field of view is limited, and their eyes get tired, especially when you're only using one eye the entire all day long, a 2-day match. We've got hunters who want to supplement a little bit lighter lighter carrying thing in their pack as well for those sheep hunters or those guys who climb a lot of hills and a lot of mountains. Yeah. Maybe they don't want to necessarily carry a spotting scope, so a lot of guys have been asking us for 15 powers, something with really, really good glass that they can carry around all day long. And then they also complain of eye fatigue as well by being on glass all day long with only one optic, or only one eye, and then they start getting some weird things happening. So we've been getting a lot of requests from hunters as well for a replacement for a spotting scope, particularly for those kinds of situations.
Awesome. Yeah, they look really good. And we got a couple new optics here. I'm excited about these, entering the pistol realm.
Yeah, my bread and butter back in the day. I used to shoot a lot of IPSC and USPSA stuff, and 3-gun as well a little bit. So for me, it was kind of a natural progression for us. And again, one of those things that it always comes down to, what can we do differently and better than everything else that we see on the market right now? So I think this is one of the more revolutionary red dots in the market that's going to be available this year. First off, we wanted a kind of a general purpose everyday carry for our American and imported friends, as well as turkey shotguns, hunting, backup sights, secondary 45 offset sights on carbines, PCCs. So this is the Apex Atom, as we call it. It's an RMR footprint, 70-75 aluminum, side-loading battery tray, with our Jolt Awake system, which is kind of like a standard shake awake stuff. After 4 minutes, goes to sleep. Any kind of motion wakes it up.
Okay.
So if you put it away for the night or put it in your safe, it's going to save your battery. 50,000 hour battery rating at the middle setting. Okay. And our ultra bright light Corona LED emitter system that's actually manufactured in the U.S. Okay. So the LED system is made in the USA. Super, super, super bright. We call it Corona because you can literally at the highest setting point it at the sun on the brightest day and you can still see the dot.
Wow.
So it's very, very, very bright and very clean. Yeah. We want it to be a high frequency LED emitter as well. So as you're tracking side to side, there's absolutely no trailing.
Oh, okay.
So even for those with bad eyes, you're not necessarily going to see any kind of trail, any kind of tail. It's super high frequency, high brightness. And we worked on this for about 18 months to get it to market. We didn't want to just kind of come out with it overnight. Right. So the same emitter system is in the other one. And the nice thing about this one too, it has auto brightness detection that's placed in the front end of the optic.
Oh, okay.
So the light sensor is in the front. It's not on the back. It's not on the side, not on the top. Ambient light. I don't care about ambient light. I only care about what am I pointing at.
Right.
So if you're in a dark room pointing at a lit hallway or another lit room, it's going to be, your dot is going to be representative of what it is that you're looking at, which is the most useful thing in my opinion.
Oh, so it's got the auto brightness as well as user adjustable one?
Yeah, user selectable, so you can turn off the auto brightness, you can override it.
Okay.
Or you can turn it on. It's really up to you, whatever use case you have. So it's a super, super versatile little red dot. On top of that, we got a multi-reticle system built into it.
Right.
So it's a 2 MOA dot with 34 MOA segmented circle with hash marks, and you can go 3 different modes of how you want it to look, and you can we can get you the graphics you can dig.
I picked up a card the other day here and that, but there are some really awesome dots in there. So what was that? That one was
that was the Atom.
Okay, so you got
some of these numbers are wrong with got a miss.
Right. Yeah, so you got 3 different reticles. You got your dot, your circle, and then your circle with the dot, and that's awesome.
Yeah, we feel it's a pretty versatile all-around, kind of do-all red dot.
Yeah.
And then if you want something extra cool to go on top of that, if you're in inclement weather, if you prefer an enclosed emitter system like some guys do, we offer a weather shield. So this little thing snaps onto the back, slides right on, and you secure it with 2 set screws on the side.
Okay.
So the purpose of that is that if you want to run a closed emitter type system,
there you go,
run it.
Nice.
If you don't want it, take it off.
Nice and easy. Perfect.
And it's secured from the sides so that it doesn't get in the way of any iron sights or any other setup you might have for your platform.
I like so many options built into it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's super versatile.
Okay, and then you got one other pistol dot here.
Yeah. So this is it's called the Apex Fusion. Same idea, 70-75 aluminum, side loading battery, also in the RMR footprint. We want to keep that consistent across the line. Side controls on both of them, so that on your weak hand or offhand or thumb, whatever you want to do. If you want to change your grip, you can, but it's easy to adjust brightness.
Right.
This one does not have auto brightness. We purposely made it not that way because this is more geared towards competition shooters, anybody who likes a really big carry dot. Some people might compare it to the SRO size, but this is actually bigger than the SRO.
Okay.
So it's a 30 millimeter wide by about 31 millimeter tall. It's a very, very, very large window. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's beefy. It's gigantic, but it's clean, which is the most important thing. Like a very thin bezel. We want to make sure you had a really big natural viewing window. We stayed away from kind of squarish, rectangular kind of windows because we found through our testing with our competitive shooters that it made a lot of sense to pick up on the dots so much easier when you're transitioning as well, because it's rounded like your natural
no hard
sight.
Corners.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So.
And that one, you got 5 different reticles, and when you were saying a big dot, you got a 12.5 MOA dot on this thing.
We give you the choice.
Yeah.
So it's a super, super versatile, flexible, patented reticle system, multi-variable dot reticle system that we have here. What it does is we have a 2.5 MOA dot, a 12.5 MOA dot, and then we give you the options to run the small dot with a bottom triangle near zero. So near zero reference for PCCs and carbines, and then, or whatever else you might want to use it for. But then we also give you a nice big circle. It's a 68 MOA circle. So when you look at it, it's a very, very large circle. It gets you on target very quickly. You don't have to go searching for the dot, whether your grip is a little bit off or you haven't quite brought the pistol up to your eye. And then you also have the option to run the full reticle with the small dot or the full reticle with the big dot.
Right.
So you got 5 different options for whatever scenario or situation you might be in.
Well, that's awesome.
And
That has
the weather shield available for it as well.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like the amount of options in those dots, that's absolutely awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing those come to market. And speaking of coming to market, we were talking, and you just got your shipment just before you guys came down here. Got your shipment of your LVPOs.
Yeah, the LPVOs, the Edge 1 to 10 just showed up right before we came here. It was a little bit delayed, but we finally got them literally before we got up and packed up to go to SHOT Show. So yeah, some of our pre-order customers have already started receiving them because we shipped them out right before we came here.
Awesome.
And the rest of them are sitting in the warehouse. So
Yeah, I'm excited because we were talking about possibly getting one to review. So
yeah,
hopefully we can make that happen soon, and I can put it through the paces.
I would expect that you do.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time, Van.
Thanks,
It's awesome.
Appreciate it.
Great to see the new stuff.
Thank you for coming by.
I'm here at Timber Creek, and they just released a new 1022 chassis for this year. So I got John here to tell us all about it.
Yeah, we did. Thanks for coming over. We love any opportunity we can to show a little bit of what we do. So yeah, this is a new entrant into our chassis series this year, the Ruger 1022, and comes in multiple colors. We got a retail of $399. The main concept behind it obviously is the ideation came from so many people have Ruger 1022 sitting around, right?
Yeah.
And we introduced a Remington 700 short action chassis last year as a part of our plan to expand into the chassis line. So we're pretty excited. And our CEO Tyler Tiller, he absolutely loves 22s. He's like, so no matter, he wanted to do that one first, but we were able to get it out, for this year. Last year we bought a 3D print, but yeah, it's pretty awesome. We got M-LOK on it. It's pretty lightweight. We also have a pick rail that will go with this chassis as well for on top of people's actions.
Okay.
And the main reason for that is, obviously running a buffer tube off the back, being able to get proper alignment over like when you put this chassis on, some variants may be a little challenging just to see your fixed sight. A lot of guys don't want to put optics and scopes on this type of platform anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a pick rail that's going to come on top of that as well to kind of, broaden out the options that are available with this.
Right, yeah, and like looking at it, I could see like Rimfire Precision, that being popular with those guys.
Yep.
And I see you guys got it. Some notches here for gumming up against a barricade.
Yep.
What are some of the other features of the chassis?
So, when you look at the grip, but this is another item right here on the grip that we introduced. It's just a one-piece polymer grip. We got it in 3 colors, but the main idea is we have AR mil spec mounting interface right here. So this is pretty cool. So a lot of people, they can throw any type of grip on there that they want. Other than that, obviously receiving a standard carbine buffer tube for positioning. In the future, we might come out with a stock.
Yeah.
I don't know. Come see us next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are some of the the main features. I think from a profile standpoint, we wanted to not get it too heavy. And one of the not necessarily a challenge, but one of the things we wanted to kind of incorporate in this is on the foregrip. Not being too short to where you couldn't get your hand on there, but not too long to where it just got too much out there for weight. So we think we got a pretty good balance, skeletonized, and so the weight is down significantly as well.
What is the weight on it?
You know what? I totally blanked out. It is somewhere between 1 and 75 ounces. Okay. If you go to TimberCreekInc.com or TimberCreekOutdoorsInc.com, pull that up. We have all those specs on there as well. But I totally dropped the ball on you right there, didn't I? That's a product development guy, man. So
it's all good.
Yeah.
And when are they available now?
They are available we've been taking a ton of orders here at the show. In terms of shipping, depending on what color variants that people get, we'll be shipping on those, within this next month. So we're good to go. We've already got several out the door, for shipping, but it just depends on what the orders look like here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, excellent. Thank you, John.
You bet. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Stop by Kodiak Defense. I got told they have a nice new bolt action receiver coming out, so I figured come down, talk with Owen, and see what's going on with it.
For sure, it's always great to bump into folks like yourself. Yeah, we're we're rocking the Renova here. Basic idea is a modular build-yourself a bolt-action receiver.
Okay.
So, Remington backside, Remington trigger, chassis, and then a Savage pre-fit barrel in the front.
Okay.
So it's easy to put together yourself. You don't need to have 18 years of experience as a gunsmith. You can do it. You do need to take care, like any other firearm you're going to build.
Right.
But it's doable at home. Between the large and small bolt faces, you can hit, I think 22 calibers. Don't quote me on the exact number.
Okay.
I'm saying on camera, right?
Yeah.
But lots. And then you can do any multitude of things. It's whether you want to build yourself. We'll pull out a couple of samples here in a second. Whether you want to build yourself a very fancy and very expensive bolt gun, or a more reasonably priced one for something that I might be more interested in. Right.
So are you doing like short action and long action? Or?
Yeah, we only have the short action here, but there are long action as well as left-handed variants for our left-handed friends. I know not a lot of guns get truly ambidextrous.
Right.
I mean, none of our semi-autos, we offer a left-handed option. Yeah. There are just too many parts to change. But for this one, you have both.
Okay, nice. So yeah, you can do. So it's nice because you got the Remington 700 chassis, any Remington 700 chassis, and then the Savage pre-fit barrel.
It's the best of both worlds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, why don't we pull some full builds off the wall and show those off?
So we brought a couple of examples here. This we threw it like an MDT chassis and an MDT bipod, which might not have cost more than my first car. Obviously, a Trigger Tech. If you're going to put a trigger in a bolt gun, get something good. Trigger Tech is pretty awesome. A carbon fiber barrel and a fancy muzzle brake. Altogether, it's a pricey gun. It's a nice gun. But again, we're starting with the action here.
Well, what's cool about that is that is a full Canadian build. So you got the MDT, Trigger Tech, I believe it was an IBI barrel.
It is an IBI barrel, yep.
So now all you need is just a Canadian scope on there and you got a full Canadian build.
For sure. Now, scope's the one thing we don't really touch. As a firearms manufacturer, there's too much of the application in it for us. But yeah, you throw a Canadian sight on there, you're doing well. Yeah.
Nice.
This one is a little less CanCon in this build, right? Magpul Hunter stock, Magpul bipod, just stainless barrel, a simple bird cage, thread protector, flash hider, and again the action. A little bit more affordable, still shoots how you want it to shoot, still a smooth glide action.
Yeah. Well, and I was going to actually touch on that bolt, because that bolt is actually really smooth, and it's 6 locking lugs, right?
Yeah, it's so 6 lugs. Now, there's some debate about how many are actually going to engage and provide you that, but more is generally better to a point. At a certain point, they're just too weak to matter. But
Yeah,
no,
fair enough.
6 is a solid number. Double ejector.
Okay.
I really like it.
So what's the reason for the double ejector?
Ooh. I'm the wrong person to ask that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, you throw me for a loop there, and I'm a bit red-faced.
All good.
I'd imagine ejection angle. You talk to our.
Okay, so just trying to change the angle of the ejection.
I would imagine. I
Don't
will.
quote you on that.
Please don't. No, I'll talk to our dudes though, and get back to you on that.
Okay.
That's weirdly a question I haven't been asked the why before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, thank you very much. Oh, I guess we should go over retail.
Sure. So MSRP on the Action is $12.99.
Okay.
We haven't envisioned. We will build guns if you want a complete build. We'll do it for you.
Right.
It's not really our focus. We imagine that is something guys are going to want to do.
Right.
But we'll support that if you want. It might be a little bit longer of a lead time there, depending on what you're looking for. But we'll source what you need if you want it.
Okay. And availability, are these end market now or when they come into market?
Yeah. So we have the first few available now.
Okay.
There might be a delay if you're ordering later on once this
Right.
video is seen after January maybe. But no, we are pushing them now.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, Owen. Thanks for taking the time.
Appreciate it. It's been great.
Hey, I'm here at Faxon, and I know they released it a few years ago, but it's my first time able to get a look at it. They were the first ones to develop a barrel for an 8.6 blackout. And so I figured I'd come and like super crazy fast rifling. So Robert's going to tell us all about the barrel and what makes it special.
Yeah, man. So like you said, we announced we were partnering for 8.6 Blackout a couple years ago. It's a 338 projectile shoved in a shortened and necked up 6.5 Creedmoor case, essentially. 1 in 3 twist rifling. We were the first barrel company able to successfully pull that button. Producing barrels 8 inches, 12 inches, and 16 inches for the AR-10 platform and the Remington 700.
Okay.
So we've been making these things. We can't keep them in stock. They go out as soon as we get them done. I mean, people want it. People want 8.6. The one big rub right now is the ammo.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I can't say I've ever actually seen 8.6 or.
Yeah, it's tough to get a hold of, but it's out there. It trickles out. There's some folks making ammo.
Okay. Yeah. But what makes the 8.6 special?
So what makes 8.6 special is that fast twist rifling. So what you're getting is a larger energy dump on target. Because it's rotating so fast, that is also energy that is transferred into the target instead of just a linear punch.
Okay. Yeah, like that 1 in 3. I don't know. Obviously, I'm wrong, but I always thought like heavier bullets, slower rifling. So yeah, that 1 in 3 is just blowing my mind.
Yeah. So it's wild to see what it does. It's spinning really, really fast out of the end of the muzzle, but it's also transferred into the target, making it a fantastic hunting round.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, ammo is a thing like availability on the barrels. Like you say, you make them and they fly by. So
yeah, we're making barrels all the time. We just continually pump them out, and just catch the website. They're there all the time. Our dealer network, you can find them.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you, Robert.
No problem, buddy.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Found a few minutes to relax and a couch a couple chairs to sit on here at the Leupold booth, and decided to get together with Jaron from Korth Group and get a distributor's viewpoint of SHOT Show.
Sure, yeah. SHOT Show to us is an opportunity for us to come down and, we have so many established relationships with our vendors, being, the rep group in Canada for Hornady and Leupold, coming down here just to kindle those relationships. And, it's a nice place where everyone is in one place at one time. So that's a big reason why we come down is for those relationships. But another big reason is because we need to also establish new lines. We're always growing. the industry's ever changing, as we know, up in Canada and down here in the U.S. and around the world. So we really need to focus on expanding our lines and finding new opportunities that we can secure for the Canadian market.
Great. So, find anything interesting this week?
There's a few lines we're looking at, but you know, I mean, the biggest thing with us being up in Canada and you know, having the distribution model, there's so many boxes that we need to check. You know, I mean, is it something that is already in Canada? Is it new to Canada? Are there other distribution companies already taking it on? And is there room for distribution? The brands that we bring on, are they a direct-to-consumer basis, or are they a direct-to-dealer? If that's the case, there might not be room for a distribution model to exist. So, but we're always looking for new lines, and we always have irons in the fire. And hopefully, the SHOT Show will bring some more to the table.
Able to leak any of this stuff that?
You know,
like maybe not confirming that you're bringing in, but the stuff that you're really looking at trying to add to the line.
For sure. I mean, nothing is solidified right now, but you know, we're building our shotgun market and our shotgun offerings. Right now, we currently offer you know, Fab Arm, which is a nice Italian-made shotgun. So Fab Arm, and we just took on Challenger as well. So we have a shotgun shell line. So you know, our focus right now is would be more on the shotgun side of things. But like I said, we're always looking for opportunities that work for us.
Great. Okay. What about your, like, not necessarily Korth, but your experience at SHOT Show this year? Because, like, well, we should say, like, you're the new marketing director, right?
The new marketing manager for Korth Group. Yeah, it's a brand new position for Korth Group. So, you know, the past few months have definitely been drinking from the fire hose and, you know, kind of shooting in the dark. But we have a plan where me and my team have set up a marketing calendar for 2024 to keep us on track and keep us focused on you know, the brands that we have and the themes in which each week will be broken down over the course of a 12-month period. So my involvement at SHOT Show this year, being in the new marketing role, is just to mainly establish those relationships with the marketing and media side of our vendors. So Leupold, Hornady, you know, IsoTunes, Cleanse Oil, Ruger, all of our brands, so that I have an easy channel to work with the marketing side of things and develop content in Canada to promote the product.
Okay, right on. You know, distributorship aside and everything, you find anything interesting out there that made you go, ooh?
Oh, there's always this kind of stuff. This is a playground for us, right? So, you know, I mean, unfortunately, up in Canada, we're restricted on what we can have now with, you know, the ARs going away and handguns being in jeopardy and whatnot. So, but you know, I'm an enthusiast now of bolt-action rifles. So, you know, I want to do a rifle build. So, I'm always going and finding new opportunities for that as well. So
Nice. All right. Well, I know you're busy. You guys have been busy in meetings all week, so thank you for taking a couple minutes to talk to me, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks a lot, Kyle. Appreciate it.
Thanks. I'm here at the Aero Precision Proof booth. Can't talk today, but I got Kirk here. He's going to tell us about this new lever action they're developing.
Yeah, so this is a very, very early prototype. It doesn't even have a name yet, to be honest. It's based on an 1895. So we have on here, it does look very aero. We have our stock redesigned for it, like the pull, Chicom height adjustments, M-Lock here for caddies, any accessories you might want to add. Forend here, we have M-Lock 369 o'clock, full top rail. Okay. We're doing it kind of everything in-house. That's the plan for production on these. There's a couple commercial off-the-shelf parts on this one specifically, but you know, long-term it's going to be a full aero gun. Threaded barrel from the factory, so they're all going to be suppressor ready. We have our sister company, Stag Arms, has one that's a little more traditional. That's more your speed. You want that more cowboy experience. We have that. Right. Or if you're looking for like a Terminator, awesome lever gun, we have this one. So caliber offerings off the gate are going to be 30-30, 45-70. And then long term, if those do well in the market, we're going to look at doing like the 357, 38.
Okay.
So
nice.
Yeah. Launch for this sometime next year is what we're shooting for. SHOT Show next year we'll have a more substantial update with, you know, projected pricing, all that jazz. But again, this is like not even a month old at this point. So yeah, it looks really polished, but that's honestly just a result of our engineering and manufacturing teams being, you know, super talented. Right. So really appreciate those guys.
Well, it looks sexy, and I don't know what it is. It seems like this year is the year for levers.
Yeah, there was like some passive groupthink going on, and I'm not sure why that is. It was like we were the first. Everyone thought they were the first person to buy like a Stanley Cup or something, and they all came to SHOT Show and they're like, "Oh, everyone has one, cool."
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a shadow government in the gun industry probably that I'm not keen on.
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it is the year of the lever gun at SHOT Show this year.
Well, that's wild, and I can't wait for that to come out. I wish it was coming out sooner, but yeah, that's sexy.
Yeah, come see me next year. We'll get you a more substantial update for it.
Okay, so but something to look forward to. You know, more lever guns hitting the market. So thank you, Kirk, for taking the time.
Of course, thanks for coming by.
So I'm here at the Lab Radar booth with Guy, and they got a product here. You thought that Lab Radar would be kind of below the market. Well, they surprised us with another small chrono. So Guy, why don't you tell us all about your guys' new chrono?
Hello, Kyle. Yeah, it'll be my pleasure. So here's the Lab Radar LX.
LX,
right?
okay.
LX stands for 60 gigahertz, so 60 in Roman numbers. So this is a really small radar that we have developed over the last 18 months. We have been working hard on it. So we're really proud to present it here at the SHOT Show. So basically what this is a casted aluminum body, so it's really, really tough. It has a really, really bright screen right there, 1,000 nits. It has really nice buttons where you can scroll your menu and your information.
Buttons. Oh yeah, you can hear the click off that.
Yeah, exactly. And more than that, I mean, this thing records the V0 of your any of your rifle, handgun, archery, right? It's really good.
Okay.
It is 0.1% precision, same precision as the original Lab Radar that we have released. The beam is much wider, so it is really easy to align it, the device. You just need to align it approximately and then it will work. It has an internal trigger built in, so it will record even quite rifle, air rifle out of the box. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can use the internal MIC or the Doppler mode as well, which will still trigger on any projectile traveling.
Right.
It can go up to 5,000 feet per second. 5,000 feet per second. It has an internal battery, so you can recharge it. The good thing is that you can recharge this thing at the same time you can use it, right?
Oh, okay,
So when you get
perfect.
at the range,
Yeah.
the battery is dead, you can charge it but still use it. You're not
Great.
stuck waiting, right?
Perfect.
It has a lot of internal memory, so you can stack 1,000 series with 100 shot in each series. There is a Bluetooth module, so it can communicate with your Le Mobile app or Lab Radar, so you can
Okay.
control it or get all the results from it.
Right. Is there additional settings that you can do on the phone, or all the settings are from here and that app's just information, or?
All the settings are inside the Lab Radar, but also in the app you can set all of these settings within the app as well.
Okay.
So you can either control from the app or from the device itself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's a really neat device, really solid, hard to beat. I mean, no one has a hard case like that made of aluminum. And you can mount it on the rifle, as you can see right there.
Right.
It works great. It is great. You
So
can
how-
read the data from a distance. The numbers are really
Right.
sharp.
So how does that mount on there? Like, what do you got for a mounting system?
We've got the 1/420
Okay.
screw, standard for tripods.
Yeah.
So it comes with a small tripod in the case, and you can also mount it on this one, which uses a screw like that to mount it. It
Okay.
can be mounted with this mount. You can mount it on the side of the rifle, or even above or below it.
Okay. What about, like, can you have it like forward, or you need to have it close so that it picks up your trigger? Or?
Usually you keep it behind the muzzle, this unit, so
Okay.
anywhere, within anywhere around here, even mounted on a scope, on a Picatinny mount or whatever,
Okay,
right?
right.
So it has about 20 meters of range with 7.62, so it can be mounted anywhere around the gun and it will read it and provide a good reading.
Okay. Cool. Now you said up to 5,000 feet per second. What's the bottom end? Like, because you were insinuating you could use it for archery?
I believe, yeah, you can go down to, I think, 5 feet per second.
Oh, wow.
And so the same as the Lab Radar V1. You could
Okay.
do that, right? So it's the same thing with that. And it's still, the great thing is that it's still compatible with our original trigger device. So you can use it, the trigger device for bow and crossbow in any case, right? It is needed, or the airsoft adapter or whatever, right? They will still work. So anything is still compatible with this device. And it's something great that we are really proud to deliver to the people.
Awesome. Okay, retail. What's a good retail?
Retail is $599.
Okay.
So yeah, still pretty much the same price over the years. So for that build quality, it's a given, right?
Yeah.
So
And availability, is it out now, or?
we're taking pre-orders right now, and we'll start shipping mid-end of March.
Okay.
Right?
Awesome. All right, well, thank you, Guy.
Thank you very much, Kyle. It's a pleasure.
Well, as SHOT Show is reaching its final hours, I found my way over to PWS, and man, am I glad I did, because you guys got this new rifle out that I think is very viable for the Canadian market, and it found its way into Canada, might even take over the semi-auto rifle market. And Adam, why don't you run us through it, because it's pretty cool.
So I'm going to reach behind me real quick here. So basically what we've got as far as our barrel goes, it's the UXR is a multi-caliber modular system for the user. So basically what it means is that the user can buy one caliber from the outset, and then we're going to have caliber conversion kits available day one, available for purchase. So kind of going from the front to the back of our barrel, we've got our bore evacuation chamber. So what that means is as the bullet comes down the barrel, it pressurizes with gas, and as the bullet exits, it creates a Venturi effect and sucks that noxious gas out the front. What that means is your barrel upper receiver area stays cleaner, and especially running suppressed, that keeps it nice and clean. Our system runs off a modified long stroke piston system. What that means is this pushes back about half an inch and then connects with the carrier and then continues to move backward through a cycle of operations. Three position gas adjustment, so normal, adverse, and suppressed. And then continuing to move back, we've got our handguard. As we come into our shorter handguard length, barrel lengths, we'll have shorter handguards available. Ambidextrous charging handle, left and right side. We've got our ambidextrous bolt release, hold hole open, magazine release, and safety. And then we've got a folding stock that can be reversed to the left or the right. Initial release will be in 308 16-inch, 223 Wild 16-inch, and 300 Blackout 14.5-inch pin and weld, but we'll have multiple different calibers and barrel lengths coming online. 8.6 Blackout, 6.5 Creedmoor, 7.62 by 39. The 7.62 by 39 will be a rocker mag style setup, so you'll take your magazine well out, training cover off, replace all that, and you'll be able to use AK rocker mags on the system.
Right. So and yeah, the buttstock that we were talking, it's on a 1913 mount.
Yep. So adaptable over to a wide variety of different stock systems that are out there. So we make our own stock, but if you want to use someone else's stock that's a 1913 style, it's adaptable over to that.
Very cool. And yeah, easy barrel changeout. You got your 3 bolts on your front trunnion.
Yep.
Why don't we pull down the receiver parts, because it's pretty cool in how modular this is.
So yeah, so the other part that you can't really see going on here with the gun assembled is we've got our trigger pack. So you remove your safety and the trigger pack comes out, and that allows for cleaning and disassembly. It comes with the Trigger Tech 2.5 to 5 pound adjustable trigger, but you can put a wide variety of different triggers and their mil-spec triggers in there. So
okay. Nice. And then yeah, your mag wells, that's where you just change out, and man, that is light.
Yep, so the total weight of the 16-inch 308 and 223 Wild version is 6.8 pounds.
Wow. And yeah, that just snaps in there, right?
Yep, so that's part of your reassembly process. So you'd have your upper receiver, your magwell would slide in there into place, and then your fire control group slides in behind that. So your upper receiver is your serialized portion.
Okay. And I know we were talking, because I think it's not an AR, so I think it's viable for the Canadian market. We were talking a little bit about doing 18.6-inch barrels and that, and I think you said you were talking to some distributors already this show?
We've had a lot of interest. Again, the nice thing about this, we have our first half of the year planned out. We'll see what happens the second half of the year. But again, with the variety of different barrel lengths, we'll see what comes about as far as new barrel lengths come in the second half of the year.
Okay. And out of the box base unit, what's that retail at?
$26.50 for the rifle, and then if you were to buy a caliber conversion kit, which is your barrel and bolt, that's $5.75. And then if you were going from, let's say, a 223 to a 308, you would need a new magwell, and that would be $125. So total, all in, if you do going from 308 to 223, you'd be at $700 for a caliber conversion kit.
Nice. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. Go bug your local distributor gun store, get them talking to PWS, and get this out there. low height over bore as well. Like normally, like you look at the B&Ts and like it's massive height over bore, but no, I'm really excited for this.
Thank you.
Thanks.
My name is Adam from Primary Weapons Systems, and I'm going to demonstrate the caliber conversion on the UXR. So at this point, your rifle is torn down, and you're going to reassemble everything. Your new barrel goes in. You're going to tighten your screws back down to 80 inch-pounds on there. At this point, you would change your piston, your bolt over from a 223 to a 308 by removing the firing pin, removing everything, changing everything over. Spring goes back in. You want to make sure your tab is facing downwards on that. You're going to replace your mag well on there. And then your fire control group goes back down in there. Make sure everything is nice and neat. And you're converted over.
This is pretty much the end of SHOT Show. As you can see behind me, there's nobody. They're starting to tear down. There's a few stragglers. Now it's 3:30, so technically another half hour left in the show. But yeah, show's pretty much done. I screwed up today, so I'm not too happy. I noticed actually on my last interview of the day, I noticed I wasn't getting any audio. So yeah, I was able to redo that episode or that interview, but the rest of the interviews today, I'm sorry guys, it screwed up. There was a setting on the camera, lost the audio for it. I now know that I can record onto these as well, so next time I'll have double audio because I'll have a backup on the mic itself. But overall, the show was pretty good. I mean, first time here, it was overwhelming. Even towards today, trying to figure out, okay, what am I gonna go see? Because there's so much here. Trying to figure out what you're gonna go see. I'm happy with what I got done, but on the same token, I feel like I should have gotten more done. But I think we got like 18 or 19 interviews for you guys, and once I get back home and settled and go through all my material and everything, I have a bunch I can talk about. I'm trying to get interesting interviews, like some interesting products out there, but there's a lot, and definitely trying to keep it to the Canadian market. So I really hope that everyone's enjoyed the coverage from SHOT Show, and like this video will go out before the regular podcast next week. Yeah, it's next week. At the time of recording, it's next week. So, but absolutely incredible experience here at SHOT. Saw a bunch of people that I knew, and it was good to catch up with them, and it was good to catch up and see some of the products. I spent a lot of today just kind of looking for myself, checking out just stuff I was more interested in that may not have a place in the Canadian market, but really interested me because I didn't do a whole lot of that this week. I was just more or less trying to find content, and while I feel like I may have not done the best job, next it'll just get better from here. Like next year we'll have a lot more. Hopefully we can get the rest of the crew down here and we can split up and really attack it. But yeah, definitely a learning experience, learning the equipment, learning how to navigate SHOT. Like that's a task in itself, is learning how to navigate SHOT Show. But absolutely incredible experience. And yeah, so with that is the conclusion of our SHOT Show 2024 coverage.